It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Knoll. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys all the weekly interviews and recaps from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. But for those of you who do know me, you know that that's not why we're always here, right? Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that being said, let's jump right in. Okay, guys, so we are back to talk about the Erika Girardi, Erika Jane, Erika Chahoy, whatever you want to call her. I know you guys sometimes get upset with me about this, but we're back to talk about what exactly is going on in her case. Obviously, it seems like ever since October, since she filed for divorce, and, well, these lawsuits started coming out in December, it just seems like it's been one thing in the headlines after another. So just to break down for anyone who is new to, well, any of this, I will just kind of break it down to you really fast. Erika Girardi filed for divorce back in October, but nobody really understood why. And people file for divorce, so we were just trying to sort of understand or question, what is it? Now, I know what you're probably thinking, mind your own business, right? Well, yeah, that's what you would say to most people who are butting into somebody's divorce. However, Erika Girardi is a public figure. She's a reality TV star. She's on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And yeah, you don't really get that sort of anonymity. Moving forward, it was about a month or two later that we found out that her soon-to-be ex-husband, Tom Girardi, was being, well, taken to court for alleged embezzlement of clients' funds. This has been an ongoing case, well, cases, because it seems like one after another has been rolling out, and fans are pissed. I think that's the best way to put it. Fans are pissed off because these are not just clients of a divorce that he's taking money from, or not like that would make it better, or some sort of inheritance that he took away. It wasn't anything like that. It was widows and orphans of tragedies. I guess that's the way we should put it. With tragedies, earthquake victims, plane crash victims, boat crash victims, burn victims. I mean, literally almost everything you can think of. He was representing these clients and allegedly taking most of the money, some of the money, but sometimes most of the money, especially in the Rui Gomez case, where he took almost $11 million of their $12 million settlement, allegedly, right? But taking most of these clients' money and letting them know, hey, listen, we just won this case. You don't want to take these millions of dollars and just put it in your bank because you're going to waste it away. How about you trust me with your money and I'm going to put it in a high interest bank account, a high interest account where it'll make money for you. Let your money make money. That's how the rich get richer, right? Well, until the rich is kind of drilling a hole in the bottom of your bank account and taking all of it before you can get to it. And that seems to be the problem here. Moving forward, we know that Erika Girardi is going to be on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 11, which is set to premiere this May. And she's got to talk about it. That's the best way I can put that. She has to talk about what's going on. Now, she can't talk about the ins and outs necessarily of Tom Girardi's legal issues, but she can talk about what she knew and what it looks like for her to be a single woman moving forward. Now, from what we got from the Super trailer, it seems like Erika Girardi was saying that she knew nothing. She was called out by Dorit Kemsley when Dorit asked her, Erika, they're saying widows and orphans. That makes me sick to my stomach. She's like, the only person who knows anything is that man, and I was going to hold that man's hand until he died. And then they asked her, did you know anything before you filed for divorce? And she goes, no, I didn't know a thing. Okay, so we can't necessarily say that Erika Girardi knew anything because, well, she hasn't been proven guilty of anything. Technically, how this goes is innocent until proven guilty. So until she's proven guilty, we kind of have to leave her alone on that. But fans are speculating that she might have had some sort of idea, especially because her signature is starting to appear on certain documents. And if you're following Ronald Richards on Twitter or even Emily D. Baker, the #1 badass attorney on YouTube and legal commentator, then you know that what those signatures mean, it kind of just says, hey, I knew what was going on. And if it doesn't say that, then it's sort of a Teresa Giudice case that we have going on, where she was spending her husband's money and signing documents when he'd be like, here, babe, sign this. And she'd be like, okay, I'm signing it. And when he would have her sign the documents, well, she wasn't reading them. And for that, that's why she spent some time in prison. You have to read what you sign. That's the rule. And for Teresa, it landed her in big trouble. For Erika Girardi, we don't know exactly what's going to happen, but what we do know is she did speak out publicly for the first time through legal counsel, and that was requesting $600,000 out of the sale of their Pasadena mansion. Their Pasadena mansion came in at about $16 million, but they were selling it for about $13 million. So it took a huge price cut, but they were trying to liquidate all the assets in order to pay back these victims and creditors. There are a lot of people to pay back at this point. Ronald Richards has been tweeting as of lately because he's following this case probably closer than any of us, and he breaks it down. Well, technically Emily D. Baker breaks it down, but he gives us the information and we get it simplified from Emily D. Baker, where she can kind of explain the information in a way that someone like myself, or maybe some of us who are watching, can understand it if we don't necessarily understand the legal jargon. So that's what I appreciate about both of them. Now, Ronald Richards was on a little tweeting rampage this morning, and this is what he said as far as an update. Breaking. Thomas Girardi's trustee is obtaining special counsel in order to sue Erika Girardi. The proposed special counsel is a defendant in lawsuit by the Girardi Keese trustee, Alyssa Miller. He also said there may be a conflict and the two trustees may not be working in tandem on this. Remember, guys, there were two trustees appointed over these cases and over all of the Girardi assets because, well, that's what the court appointed. So with these two trustees, it seems like if they're not working in tandem, that could be an issue. Ronald Richards said, here are the terms. This means that there is credible information that Erika Girardi has received money from Tom Girardi and may have transferred it to others. She is refusing to give it back, and it's a 33 to 45% split, depending on the stage of the case. He also said that Erika Girardi referenced a legal fund, and he questioned, was it for this? Those weren't the only tweets that Ronald Richards put out. He also talked about that there was a sobering report by the Girardi Keese trustee, Alyssa Miller, showing that there was over $23 million in clients' money that was stolen, but she's been able to safeguard about $26 million in order to pay back those clients. However, this does not include the tens of millions of dollars in attorney and vendor claims. Oof. It just seems like we can't catch a break here. It seems like what he's trying to say is that, well, she might have had knowledge. She might be receiving money from Mr. Girardi. That is her husband, right? So what exactly was going on? Between the signatures and between everything else that we know, Erika Girardi, it's been said that her assets may be in jeopardy too. Now, of course, all of Mr. Girardi's assets are going to be liquidated because he owes over $50 million. That's insane. It's a lot of money. But what we do know is that he is claiming that he doesn't know what happened to the money. He has dementia, and now he has been diagnosed with late onset Alzheimer's. So he's obviously been appointed a conservator, who would be his brother, Robert Girardi, who is now looking over all of his assets, helping him kind of get on his feet, explaining to him what exactly is going on through the courts, and explaining to him pretty much how he's going to live his life moving forward financially and, well, every other avenue of it. Of course, fans are obsessed with the Girardi cases, and we want to know more. We want to know exactly what's going on and how will this play out? When will it play out? And what was Erika Girardi's involvement? Getting back to it, Erika Girardi on the Super trailer looked like she's been through it, to be fair. She looked just as beautiful as ever, but she looks like she's stressed out, and this is something that can obviously take a huge toll on you. Divorce can take a toll on you by itself, let alone your husband being in debt over $50 million, and then having all of these victims come forward saying, hey, this expensive to be me singer is portraying herself in this lavish lifestyle with $40,000 a month glam, Ferraris, big mansions, everything in between, and that's our money. So with that, I'm sure it's weighing on her. Fans were also pointing out that her glam didn't look the same, her makeup lines weren't right, and now I feel like you're just starting to get a little bit picky, but they're going to take note to this sort of stuff because, again, she portrayed this character who really was always together. Now, she would always come in with the best glam, some of the best outfits alongside Dorit Kemsley, and she usually seemed like she was on it. For this upcoming season, she seems like she's kind of off of it. And when I say that, I mean because she's looking at Sutton Stracke in one of the scenes. She asks her, "What are you going to do?" Sutton Stracke says, "I'm not going to do anything." And then she gets that sort of "I'm going to eviscerate you" look and says, "Exactly. Then shut the f- up." Oh, honestly, it seems like the Ice Queen might be melting, but at this point, it doesn't seem like she would be somebody you would want to piss off. This is a woman who's going through it all, and I feel like she could react on the drop of a dime, only because I'm sure she's getting it from every single avenue. She's being questioned by her castmates. She's being questioned by production. She's being questioned by legal counsel. Her name is being ran through the press. She's, again, getting it from every single avenue. So what is someone to do in this situation besides try to keep it together? And then as soon as you close that door, go behind doors and just have a good cry, figure it out, let yourself kind of just take it in, and then build yourself back together. Hopefully she can. Hopefully she can rebuild her brand if she's not guilty of participating in any of this, and she's not guilty of knowing or having any acknowledgement of any of the victims having their money stolen from them. Now, if that's the case and she didn't have any involvement, then we should look at her like she is able to build and rebuild her brand. We should look at her like, hey, you deserve a chance because you didn't know what your husband was doing, and we don't need to sit here and crucify you for something that you had no involvement in. Fans are divided, though. I do have to say that. Guys, I want to know what you think. Do you think Erika Girardi will be in trouble, lose most of her assets because there was involvement? What do those signatures mean? Also, when Ronald Richards said Erika Girardi, Erika Joy, referenced a legal fund and asked, was it for this? What do you guys think? Do you think that the money that she was receiving from Tom Girardi was for the legal fund? You guys comment below and let me know. I always appreciate your comments and I welcome them. I can't wait to read them. So if you haven't already, go ahead and do that. And before you go, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Check us out every Monday and Wednesday. Thanks for watching Up and Adam.